Have you ever experienced a phase in life when everything seemed to fall apart? When you found yourself disconnected from your surroundings? And when the world seemed to be pulling away from you? And have you ever wondered if those moments of deep loss, isolation, or hardship could actually be the key to a profound spiritual transformation? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches on the deeper, often overlooked aspects of life's challenges: the influence of Ketu Mahadasha. If you've ever heard of Ketu, you might associate it with loss, isolation, or spiritual turmoil. But what if these difficult experiences are not just random trials, but the universe's way of guiding us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves? The first idea is this: Ketu Mahadasha is often a time of loss and separation, but it also brings the opportunity for spiritual growth and awakening. The second idea is this: while Ketu's influence can feel challenging, it is also a powerful force for transformation if we are open to its lesson. Let me tell you a story about a man named Arvind. Arvind was always a driven and ambitious person. From a young age, he had been focused on success. His career was thriving. He had a beautiful family, and he seemed to be living the life everyone aspired to. But one day, everything changed. His company faced unexpected financial difficulties, and what followed was a series of events that left Arvind feeling as though his entire world was crumbling. First, the company he had worked so hard to build faced bankruptcy. Then, his personal life began to unravel. His marriage, once full of love and companionship, began to fall apart due to the strain of financial pressures. His relationships with his friends also started to deteriorate as he became consumed with stress and isolation. Arvind felt alone, even though he was surrounded by people. He couldn't understand why everything was happening to him. He had always believed that hard work and dedication would lead to success. So why was the universe seemingly turning its back on him? In the midst of this turmoil, Arvind began to experience something even more profound: a deep sense of spiritual disconnection. He had always considered himself a spiritual person, but now he couldn't even find comfort in the practices he had once turned to for peace. Meditation, prayer, and self-reflection seemed to provide no relief. It was as though the universe was telling him that he needed to let go of something, but he couldn't understand what that was. That's when a friend introduced him to the concept of Ketu Mahadasha. Ketu Mahadasha, in Vedic astrology, is a period associated with spiritual lessons, often marked by loss, isolation, and the breaking down of attachments. Ketu, the south node of the moon, is believed to influence the areas of life where we must detach from material desires and ego-driven pursuits to experience spiritual growth. It is often seen as a time of purification, where old patterns are uprooted, and we are forced to confront deep internal truths. Arvind, curious and desperate for some understanding, began to research more about Ketu Mahadasha. What he discovered resonated deeply with him. He realized that what he was experiencing, minus his losses, his feelings of being disconnected, and his emotional turmoil, were all part of a greater spiritual awakening. Ketu was, in essence, pushing him to release his attachment to material success, to let go of his old identity, and to embrace a new way of being. As Arvind began to understand Ketu's influence, he started to approach his situation differently. Instead of fighting against the flow of life and trying to hold on to what was slipping away, he began to let go. He took a step back from his career and allowed himself to process the emotional pain that came with the loss. He accepted the breakdown of his marriage as a sign that he needed to heal and rediscover himself outside of the roles he had played as a husband and a businessman. The more Arvind embraced this period of isolation, the more he began to experience a deep sense of peace. He stopped chasing external validation and started focusing inward, exploring the spiritual practices that had once brought him comfort. Meditation became a source of clarity, and through deep self-reflection, he began to understand the attachments he had held on to for so long, his identity as a successful businessman, his need for approval, and his desire for control over his life. One of the most transformative aspects of this period for Arvind was his shift in perspective. He realized that the losses he had experienced were not punishments, but opportunities for spiritual growth. Ketu's influence, though challenging, was guiding him toward a more meaningful life minus a life where he could find true contentment, not in external success, but in inner peace and self-minus awareness. Arvind started to rebuild his life, not around his career or social status, but around his spiritual journey. He became involved in community service, using his experiences to help others who had gone through similar struggles. He started to share his story with those who were also dealing with feelings of loss, reminding them that Ketu's influence, though difficult, was ultimately leading them to a place of spiritual awakening and transformation. Through this journey, Arvind learned that Ketu Mahadasha was not about suffering minus, it was about shedding old layers of identity and attachment in order to embrace a more authentic, fulfilling life. He realized that true success was not measured by wealth or accomplishments, but by the depth of connection he had with himself and others, and the peace he had found through letting go. Let me bring this back to you. If you're going through a difficult period in your life minus, whether it's loss, isolation, or a deep sense of disconnection minus, know that you are not alone. The influence of Ketu can feel challenging, but it also holds the potential for profound transformation. Sometimes, the hardest times in our lives are the ones that push us toward the greatest spiritual awakening. If you are in a Ketu Mahadasha or experiencing a period of hardship, try to embrace it as an opportunity for self-minus discovery. Instead of resisting change, allow yourself to release the attachments that no longer serve you. Focus inward and explore the deeper questions of who you are and what truly matters. Ketu's influence is a call to detach from the external and seek fulfillment within. Remember that growth doesn't always come from ease and comfort. Sometimes, the most meaningful transformations arise from periods of struggle and introspection. Trust that the universe has a greater plan for you. And even in moments of isolation or loss, there is a path toward spiritual awakening. Inner peace. Thank you for being here with me today. I want to hear from you. Have you ever gone through a period of loss or spiritual awakening? And how did it shape your perspective on life? If you want more long-form storytelling that dives into the complexities of spiritual growth, loss, and self-discovery, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment so this community can grow. If membership support is available and it fits your situation, it helps keep these deeper conversations alive. Until next time, may you embrace the lessons of Ketu with openness and trust. May you find peace in the midst of change. And may your journey of self-discovery lead you to a deeper understanding of who you truly are.